Hello and welcome. It's me, Eva, and Meditative Scrapbooking. And I'm going today to show you one of my latest projects, which is actually quite extraordinary for me. It's fully packed with all my tricks and different tiny, cozy secrets and some tricks, yeah, I would call them so, and I will show them to you. The story of this album is really outstanding for me because it makes me feel like I'm moving in the different direction now in my creative life. So this is a new junk journal. And yeah, you can see it's nature themed or botanical themed, but the point is that it's really big. It's packed with things, stuff, and a lot of empty pages to write, to draw, and to decorate. This took me quite a long. You can see it's thick, and I will start from the very beginning. So the cover, this is kind of wreath made of raffia and, if you may call it so, this natural fiber, and this kind of cotton which I used on the cover. A lot of different pieces of different sorts of cotton and linen on the cover. You can see lace and die cuts, paper and stuff like that as usual, and a tea bag. Yeah, why not? Tea bag is kind of a coziness, something for that. And the back side is quite the same pattern, just this is also a piece of cotton, botanically topicked or themed, right? And as for the spine, I didn't intend it to be this way. I wanted it to be more fluffy, but then at the end it turned out to be kind of, I decided that I need, or the project decided, not, it wasn't me, that I need to make a lot of free stitching here. This is kind of my latest craze about free stitching using the sewing machine, when it goes where it goes, and it gives the perfect result of randomness and freedom and flight and stuff, and a little bit of gesso in order to slow down the colors. And the spine here is, you can hear that we have a double binding here. You have this part and you have the part where the pages are sewn to, and it gives a kind of better flexibility probably and usability. So if we put it like that, you can see it's kind of, it gives way to put it conveniently quite flat and right and draw. So here is the first page. That is the plastic chip, which is covered with some flowers, and the flowers are fixed there, and I made it myself, definitely. Now I can show you this sample. This is what it looks like in general. And here is a piece, some pieces actually for journaling. These are tea stained or coffee stained, stained paper, and you can see these lines are made with the scoring board, right? And this is a piece of very old, it's maybe about 40 years old or even more, cotton lace or curtain lace. Curtain is for the function and cotton is for the material, right? Yeah, here we have a flap, and this flap is made using my favorite collage technique, where you can see this is a bird. Well, this piece is I used to be very fond of pergamano or parchment craft, so I made a lot of things like that, and now I decided to use pieces of my creations in my projects. Actually, this is one. This is a piece of flower and leaves made of vellum. It's not embossed, it's not heat embossed, no, everything is done by hand and pressed by hand, embossed with the help of special embossing tools. And this is a piece of sawdust handmade paper, recycled paper, you may call it so. And this is a piece of linen, actually, natural one. This is a small arrangement. Eucalyptus, natural leaves, dry or pressed leaves of pressed plants. All of them, apart from this one, grow in my garden. And this is a piece of eucalyptus leaf setting that my husband gave us in a flower arrangement. So the topic or the theme of this album is botanical, but generally the main topic was about weeds, wild grass, and something they give us. They give us beauty. I wanted to show this rigid beauty of thistle, and something that we tried to get rid of, but I used not to see the beauty in them, but now I see them totally different. I just worship the perfection they make. This is a piece of dried grass, actually, which is glued to the page, but we can still write here. And some more pieces to write. You see a lot of spaces to write, and you can put a picture here or some ephemera or whatever. Just some empty place to write. This one is really so some pages actually are ironed. This is a tea stain, a coffee stain, and some stamping, some drawing, and I ironed it. But some of the pages I didn't, because for me this album is a combination of everything. Like everything I like, I just incorporated it here to share with somebody who would enjoy that. So it's full of texture, first of all, you know. This is absolutely rough and this is absolutely smooth. This is rough as well, and this is rough. And this, it produces, so it's kind of ASMR, I would say. And this produces some kind of, you know, all this time you have some sound, you have some texture. And it's so soothing and relaxing, kind of mesmerizing. So this one is flat. This is also stamping. Some pages where you can just glue something or even write. And this one I left, and some of the pages here I left absolutely, like, you know, textured. I didn't iron them to give this feeling. See the sound here, yeah? Okay. This is a pocket, one more pocket page with some more textured tags, and this is it's not stamping actually, it's stenciled tag, yeah. And one more dried pressed plant with some gesso. This is my wreath. I made it myself, yeah, actually. I sketched it myself, and so this is also a piece of me, and I feel quite strange when I look at this album. It kind of has so much of me. And this is one more collaged page, sorry. So a piece of handmade paper. Use the flap, and it's covered with a little bit of copper Tim Holtz acrylic paint. And some more piece to write. You can glue the picture, the photo, and there is one more piece of pergamona. It's used here, as you know, as a vellum lace. I like it. It gives some more texture and more diversity. Piece of cotton lace, and you know, cotton. Yeah, and this is a page of, actually, I used to teach literature, and this is a page of one of my students' work, and she wrote about Shakespeare and the Tempest play by Shakespeare. It was kind of this memorabilia. Actually, it refers to nature, the tempest, to elements, and it refers to something that is really immortal. Really, so it makes a lot of sense here. This page is the college with different types of fabric and paper, and this is one more eucalyptus leaf, and you can touch it and smell it somehow. This is a dog covered with a little bit, tinted with a little bit of the same paint. This exact envelope is handmade, and then I covered it with stamps and writings, inscriptions, to make it look like more real. And this is as well a piece of handmade paper. Okay, just a page for you to write, so to glue something with some gesso. And here is a piece of cotton that I stenciled with sprays using the pressed grasses as stencils. You can see it. So this is absolutely natural. They all come from the place from the countryside, where I have some small resort, you know, retreat, I would say. Some more pieces to write on, and some more pressed flowers. Okay, one more picture sketched by me. Stamps and sketches. Actually, this is a flower that grows in my garden. I have it on this chip. I just don't remember how to call it, but as far as I understand, it's a type of thistle, something like that, but it's absolutely blue, and stem, leaves, everything is blue, and it looks amazing. I planted it in my garden just to get this alien look, and it gives a lot of pleasure. And this is a vellum pocket in the vellum envelope with a card with an illustration, a picture from one of old Russian botanical books. It's maybe somewhere 1980s. Yeah, I just don't remember exactly, or late 70s probably. A lot more places to write. This picture was sketched by my daughter. She used to attend art school, and so I asked her to do something for me, and she made them. Okay, this is a piece of the same page from the same botanical book, old Russian botanical book, speaking about some herbs. Okay, dried plant, pressed plant, and some more texture page to write. Here is the same. This is the same technique as I used with the cotton, and this is a very interesting thing to my mind. I like it very much. It's kind of a tag, plastic tag, shaker tag, because it has a real dried plant inside, and some sequins and natural seeds. Yeah. This is also from my garden, and this is actually a piece of book to make it like more visible. So some more places to write, and this is one more college. it's quite obvious, absolutely multiple textures, and this is the principle: to feel, to touch, maybe not smell, but still. And there are a lot of textures here. All of these are of absolutely different textures, yes, and soft, crispy. This one is handmade paper with peony